Hey friends, it's Joby here, and today we're going to play some Rugby League Live 3. I'm reviewing this for OzGamers.com. You can go read the full review over there. And let's see, I was provided a code for review of this by Home Entertainment Supplies. They're the publisher. They told me to write a good review, which I thought was a bit weird, but I think all my reviews are great, so yeah, let's go from there. I'm playing on Xbox One. I'm recording with my Elgato HD60, and that's about it. So let's jump in. Rugby League Live 3 retails for $100 dues and heralds the debut of Rugby League as a sport on PS4 and Xbox One. It costs as much as FIFA or NBA 2K, but it looks like it should be on a tablet or unplayable on your phone. If graphics are all you care about and you want a good-looking game where large men run into each other at top speeds, get Madden 16. They've even got Jared Hayne this year. But there's more to a game than graphics. Rugby League Live 3 isn't a good game, but as with every iteration, it's getting closer to something you might actually want to purchase. Rugby League Live the first was a train wreck on a grand scale. Terrible gameplay, worse graphics, minimal options. It contained within it a kernel of an idea, however. A semi-competent passing system designed to give the player the ability to shift the ball across the field quickly and easily. Rugby League Live 2 was a bit better. The passing game was tightened up thanks to slightly better AI, resulting in fewer flat balls, meaning fewer interceptions. The game modes gave players options, and the graphics were still terrible compared to other similarly priced sports games. The core of the game was almost there, however. You could string together set pieces like those you might see in a game of rugby league. Although, if you pass the ball wide to the wings, you could repeatedly exploit a consistent flaw in the defensive AI to score without problems. Rugby League Live 3 is a bit better again. For example, thanks to a change to the tackling system, you can't abuse the wing play quite as repeatedly. Tackles now come in a number of flavours, and the classic rock, paper, scissors concept appears to affect them. A low tackle is used to stop a player who is hitting up the defence. An arm pin is used against someone going in for the stiff arm. A hard tackle is used against a player utilising the goose step. This is all inferred information. The help menu is hilariously worthless. In fact, it shows the wrong button inputs in more than one occasion. What it means is that you're able to create opportunities for yourself and you're able to play an active part in defense, more active than simply pressing the tackle button. Because of this, the wing play strategy I briefly mentioned above doesn't work as regularly. In previous games, you could pass wide, get the ball to a speedy wing, and bust through a tackle and then sprint for a try repeatedly. You can still do this with varying success in Rugby League Live 3, especially online or against low-level AI. But it's no longer a surefire way to victory in the higher difficulties. Actually, while we're speaking about inferred information, it seems like the AI on the Veteran and Legend difficulties in Rugby League Live 3 might be cheating. They always seem to know exactly what move you're going to make before you make it. They know which tackle to use to stop you. They can wrap you up just as you hit the try line. They always switch to the correct player as well. Actually, the switch to the nearest player thing is one of those problems which has plagued the Rugby League Live games since the first, and it's sadly no better here. When an opponent makes a break through a hilariously large gap in your defense, you can sit there mashing the left trigger for days and you still won't switch to your fullback. It's ludicrous that this is still a problem, but at this point, it almost seems like tradition for the game. There's actually quite a bit to like in Rugby League Live 3. The players only barely look like their real-life counterparts, but the game itself is actually fairly good looking. The environments are pretty and the grass is gorgeous. There are also heaps of clubs and teams to play with. NRL is represented, as you'd expect, but so too are international teams, representative teams like State of Origin, the Indigenous All-Stars and City Country teams, and Super League clubs are also in the mix. The youth competition even makes an appearance with the Holden Cup, allowing you to play as up-and-coming under-20s. And that plays into the career mode, a surprisingly comprehensive Be a Pro style mode that is actually semi-compelling. It allows you to create a rookie player from scratch and take them up through the youth leagues into the NRL, giving you the opportunity to shape a future star. As a coach, you manage a club financially and competitively, which isn't really inside the scope of a coach in the NRL, but you let it go anyway. Both modes are solid in ideas and weak in execution, but they lay the groundwork for something far more interesting in the future. The career mode in particular actually creates a semi-decent reason for you to earn money, allowing you to purchase boosts before a game. And it ties your XP gains to your in-game performance, successfully turning your single-player rugby league into something RPG-esque, which is the core reason to have a Be a Pro mode at all. On the other hand, it's a tad easy to exploit, and the way the game measures quality play doesn't seem to penalise a player for staying out of position or calling for the ball endlessly, allowing you to be the most important player on your team just by virtue of being near the ball and calling for it all the time. Online, the game gives you a truckload of options in its custom match settings, but if you select Quick Match, you'll get paired up with two sorts of players. Those who use custom versions of NRL teams filled with the best players, and leavers. This wouldn't be such a large problem if the online aspect wasn't attached to a leaderboard. According to Big Ant's forums, custom teams and NRL teams which have been modified are normalized, while core or normal NRL teams are not. What this means for a player going up against a team full of the zippiest, tiniest players, it's hard to tell, but it does seem to mean that you can give yourself many options to abuse the wing play option online if you care to. Obviously, I don't care about my position on the leaderboard. I don't really intend to play online, but what it does is incentivize players to pull the sneakiest, shittiest moves they can. When you do it back to them, they leave to avoid having any more points against them in the leaderboard. And that's basically the problem with online sports games in general, isn't it? Kickoffs rarely make it more than 15 meters, 0-point opponents trying to exploit lag to get a cheesy steal early, and they do all sorts of other shitty things to try to trap you in your in-goal area. It's basically a situation where they will do their best to cheese the AI to force you into losing, and it's a terrible experience. It's something that hasn't been balanced at all. It hasn't been paid any attention. Online play itself is plagued with lag spikes not seen in other games, and because the game can be so touchy regarding offside, there is a definite host advantage, or just a ping disadvantage. And this can result in unearned penalties. Too often, when attempting a tackle as the marker on the dummy half, the game will decide I moved too early and call me offside. If Rocket League can manage complex physics interactions between 8 players online without problems, Rugby League Live 3 should be able to deal with far less and canned interactions. On the other hand, the ping thing occasionally works in your favour. I repeatedly missed a tackle only to have my opponent throw the ball into my player's chest for a free and unexpected interception. In fact, the game seems to have a real problem determining what a knock-on is from an incidental collision in play. It's similar to how FIFA refuses to deal with handballs or NBA 2K's issues with kickball violations, except it seems like a little bit more of a problem here because it's one of those things that you can definitely use to your advantage. In the other games, it's mostly just a lack of punishment for something well out of your control. But if you can identify situations where an advantageous knock-on will occur and replicate them, then that's not really the same thing. And the knock-on isn't like the kicked ball violation in basketball. A knock-on is one of the primary methods of turning over the ball in rugby league. It happens more often than it probably should, but it is one of the key unforced errors. You almost never see a kicked ball violation in basketball. At the end of the day, I can't recommend Rugby League Live 3 as a purchase. It's simply not as good as it needs to be, not for the price tag. It's a huge step up, a commendable step up, but it's not enough to warrant plonking down $100 dues right as all the best games are starting to come out. It's about a gazillion times better than the Rugby World Cup 2015, but it's just not able to compete in the big leagues against well-made, polished titles like FIFA 16, NBA 2K16, and Madden 16. 5 out of 10. Thanks for joining me. That's my review of Rugby League Live 3. I have reviewed all of the Rugby League Live games in the series. I'm a big fan of Australian sports in video games, so it's something I pay close attention to. Anyway, if you want to read the review, head over to ozgamers.com. I'll put the link in the comments, the info section down below. If you want to have a chat to me about Rugby League Live 3, hit me up in the comments or hit me up on Twitter at JobyJojo. Hit like, subscribe to my channel, all that kind of stuff, and I will catch you next time. Bye.
So it was all fantastic, really.
Really well done on your part, I believe. Well earned try there from the New Zealand team.
But it should have been, a little bit sooner than that.
It looked like he was lining up to do the fan.
What is this?
And how fast is it fanging across?
Okay, we'll still take it.
Shaun Johnson.
Is that because he's a terrible kicker?
Mark. What?
Because I'm losing so bad that it speeds that thing up, it makes it harder. Because usually it's slow as balls.
I don't know. Does that even matter? I don't know.
It's supposed to. During the training, the drills, the kicking training, it did.
That's not gonna make 10 meters.
What?
Oh, nearly.
So okay, I wasn't too sure about this as a league rule, but can you contest? See, that's me using my weight, by the way, to push you back. Can you contest on kickoff if it goes over 10 meters?
Yeah, 10 meters.
Because what I've been doing is doing that high kick so that I can get up to you, and then pressing the commands that you were kind of going on about before during the loading screen.
Right, the jump.
Yeah, which is like, I want to contest this, and they don't do it. It just registers as defensive commands.
Alright, so you are allowed to contest within the rules of the sport. I don't know if you can contest
in this game.
In game.
Yeah, right. Unless I completely ran my dude out of the way, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to do the matrix spin, which is nowhere near as bad as it was in...
Pass it. Throw the ball.
Nowhere near as bad as in Rugby World Cup 2015. Look at that guy just watch you go by.
Oh, no. He's on his back. Like a mama koala bear.
And I hope they can hear the frantic pressing of buttons, which is me trying to select the nearest player and it avoiding that. We think you want this guy who's...
The little grubber, put it down! Oh, get it down there!
And this is what, when I was playing that online match, look at that meter lost in the camera perspective, by the way. That's what the guy who I was playing online against, who just kept using these bizarre zigzag tactics plus sidestep to get around everyone.
Yeah.
He would get down to the fifth tackle, because I would actually, apart from this game, usually quite good at defending.
Yep.
And would grab a kick, tackle me in goal, and then he would get the ball back again, because I'd have to... And it was just that after that. Yep. Yeah. And I'm like, this is not fun.
Oh, fuck this up. Get up there. Get up there. Oh, chuck it away.
And that's weird. Again, I'm using B, arm ball tackle exclusively. So it's supposed to...
Oh, he's fucked it all the way
It's
up.
supposed to stop you from being able to pass, right? But you can see from the animation that he's tackling low.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And again, pass it behind him instead of the obvious choice.
Yeah, out wide.
And I'd pressed pass and he was like, computer says no.
I don't fucking think so, bro.
And yeah, so that I just must have missed that by a millisecond with the pass.
Yeah.
So obviously I want to get you to commit to the tackle, and offload so that creates a gap, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty 101. That's the ref, is it?
Fucked up.
And sometimes when, like, you're playing with, like, say, a team that has white as their main colour, and the ref's wearing white, and you're like, look at this player tearing up ahead on the kickoff, and why can't I slay? Oh, that's right, it's the ref.
It's
And
not good. Okay, never mind.
what happened?
Oh, no.
Well, at least this is a little less embarrassing than it was the other night.
Alright, Sean, they need a miracle.
Alright, this is the quick kick that I told you about, Joby.
Right.
Which is just to hold up and press A immediately as soon as the meter comes up. It doesn't... Usually when it's got the normal speed meter, it will always hit up the top on the green. And as long as it's not so far on an angle that the wind comes into play, it's just basically an insta-win. Insta-wind. That's a chance to get up to 18. Is that going to go out?
Oh, chance.
Okay. Didn't work for me. You going to pass that? Oh, no, was the holding fend, which is supposed to... What? Alright. This is gonna end the game. Oh shit. Better
angling for.
Better fucking
Fucking hurry up.
Come on! Look at him! Look at him! What's he doing? Oh my god!
Fucking kick it. Oh, it's good enough. The last play it'll be. They better throw. No, it's over. It's all over. Win a match without
performing a hit up.
Okay. Without breaking a tackle. Shameful. Shameful display. Let's see how the teams went very quickly.
Did I win those for you?
Match rating. Greg Bird. Cameron Smith did very well. Greg Bird, fucking champion, 94 rating. Killed it. Anyway, thank you for joining me, Nathan.
Thank you for kicking my ass.